Hello, my name is Cassandra and I'll talk to you about the 1800s.
Hello, my name is Cameron and I'm going to talk to you about the 1800s.
Famous people. John Chapman, Johnny Appleseed, begins to hand out apple seeds and send links to Ohio settlers.
Martha Washington died May 22, 1802.
Lewis and Clark started their expedition May 14, 1804.
Noah W. publishes the Dictionary English Language in 1806.
Thomas Jefferson passes Act to end slavery and precedents.
Cures. Bruises put in warm water is very soothing to bruised flesh.
Burns had to be put in very cold water.
Sore throat could be cured by stewing bacon with sprinkled pepper around patient's throat.
Some popular fruits were mandarin oranges, 1805.
Ice cream and sandwich bread.
Mint julep and gumbo, 1803.
White pudding and pot pie in 1804.
Cornmeal.
Pork or bacon.
Important happening, Thomas signs the Act prohibiting importation of slaves of 1907.
Abraham Lincoln was born on February 11, 1809.
Aaron Burr killed Alexander Hamilton in 1804.
Slave trade outlawed by Congress.
1803, Louisiana Purchase.
1801, Australia makes peace with France.
1800, Alexander Volta produces electricity in 1800.
Entertainment in the 1800s. Honky tonks, which were groups of people that would travel around doing circus acts.
Museums, which would have living people on display.
Plays.
Music halls, which first appeared in London.
Classic music was a hit.
While that happened, facts. U.S. Library of Congress was founded on April 24, 1800.
Inventions. Some inventions were steam-powered locomotive,
battery, and steamboat.
This concludes our presentation of the 1800s.
Hello, my name is Allie Grace and I'm going to talk to you about the 1860s. The title of our presentation is Facts of the 1860s. Pow, pow, pow.
Hello, my name is Hannah and I'm going to talk to you about the 1860s. Popular foods of the 1860s were French bread, asparagus, eggs, ginger beer, fish and chips, soup, peanuts, pork, bean, Tabasco sauce, fruit salad, Welch's grape juice, and apple pie.
Some famous inventions in the 1860s were the Kendall mint cake, which was invented in 1864. Root beer was invented in 1866. The coffee percolator was invented in 1865. The phonogram was invented in 1860. Jelly babies were invented in 1869, and the phonograph was invented in 1860.
Popular music and singers of the 1860s were Hugo Wolf, Gustav Mahler, Claude Debussy, and the most popular song was Oh My Darling, also known as Clementine.
Some things that the men wore were drawers, short shirts, wool socks, hat, leather cloth, cane, vest, gloves, stockings, and frock coat. And here's a picture of the men's fashion in the 1860s.
Women's fashion in the 1860s was a chemist corset, drawers, gloves, coats, a shirt under their dress, hoop skirts, purses, stockings, bonnets, shoes, earrings, and cameo earrings. And this is a picture of a woman in the 1860s.
The Civil War was a major event in the 1860s. It was fought from 1861 to 1865. The Union won against the Confederate, and they fought to keep the South in the U.S. Abraham Lincoln was president in the Union, and Jefferson Davis was president in the Confederate. And the way the war ended was Robert Lee surrendered to Ulysses S. Grant.
A fact of the 1860s is the first baseball game was played February 22nd, 1860.
Some famous people were Jefferson Davis was the president of the Confederate States, and Abraham Lincoln was the president of the Union, and Ulysses beats New York governor in election. Mark Twain publishes his first successful story on November 18, 1865. The Pony Express leaves on April 3rd, and Russia sells Alaska to the U.S.
Facts about Abraham Lincoln. He became president in 1860 and he was re-elected in 1864. He signed the Homestead Act into law in 1862. He was most of the time called Abe. He was Shot April 14, 1865. Thank you for watching our presentation of the 1860s.
Hello, my name is Sarah.
My name is AJ.
Hello, my name is Bailey, and we are going to talk to you about the 1870s.
Some inventions of the 1870s were the metal windmill by J.S. Ridson, the Wheaties cereal by George Cormick, and the incandescent light bulb by Paul Israel and Robert Friedel.
In 1878, the Public Health Service was directed to prevent the spread of infectious diseases.
In 1871, the Great Chicago Fire occurred.
The first weather forecast was predicted.
Popular foods of the 1870s were wild turkey, Heinz ketchup, cheese straws, California raisins, funnel cakes, fondant, blood oranges, marble cake, popovers, jambalaya, angel food cake, Philadelphia cream cheese, margarine, Neapolitan ice cream, and vinegar pie.
Barbed wire was invented by J.F. Gilden in 1873.
The Franco-Persian War of 1870
Susan B. Anthony leads a protest for women at polling places.
In the 1870s, snake oil was used as treatment for tuberculosis.
Colorado becomes a state in 1875.
The Constitution of 1870 granted suffrage to African Americans in Illinois.
First, football uniforms.
For the first time, America is introduced to the game of tennis.
The first public demonstration of Thomas Edison's light bulb on December 1st, 1879.
Famous people of the 1870s include John D. Rockefeller, Mark Twain, Andrew Haldane, Brigham Young, Jesse James Gang, President Ulysses Grant, George Custer, Susan B. Anthony, and Thomas Edison.
The first Kentucky Derby was happening.
Entertainment. The Gilded Age and Black Beauty were published. The Museum of Natural History was opened. Public telephones. The first zoo opened. P.T. Berman did the best circus.
President Ulysses Grant signs legislation designing Yellowstone First National Park.
One favorite song of the 1870s is Carry Me Back to Old Virginia by James Bland. And here's the fashions of the 1870s. There's the women's and then there's the men's.
Utah establishes the first Mormon church, which is present-day Latter-day Saints.
This has been our presentation of the 1870s.
Don't sugarcoat it.
Hi, my name is Reed,
And my name is Tatum.
and we're here today to talk to you about 1900 to 1910.
Susan B. Anthony dies 1906.
Susan B. Anthony was the women's rights leader.
I'm a Yankee Doodle Dandy was the most popular song in the 1900s, sung and written by George M. Cohen in 1904.
Milk and dairy products were not as popular as meat such as steak and seafood such as scallops because they spoiled easily.
The Great San Francisco earthquake occurred in 1906 and killed 700 people and caused $4 million in damage.
Some famous people during this time were William McKinley, Teddy Roosevelt, the Wright brothers, and Henry Ford.
Presidents of this time were William McKinley and Teddy Roosevelt.
William McKinley was assassinated in 1901.
Kodak introduces the Brownie camera in 1900.
The Wright brothers made the first airplane in Kitty Hawk, North Carolina in 1903.
Some popular foods were veal, steak, roast beef, hamburger, ham, oysters, clams, flounder, mackerel, codfish, shad, muffins, cakes, and pies.
Scott Joplin publishes The Entertainer in 1902. The first silent film, The Great Train Robbery, debuts in 1903.
Two popular fashions was shirtwaist dress and a two-piece silk suit.
Thank you for watching. This has been the 1900s with Tatum and Reed.
Hello, my name is Cole,
Hello, my name is Tristan.
and we're going to talk to you about the 1940s.
Robert Oppenheimer invented the atomic bomb in 1945.
Diarist Anne Frank went into hiding on July 6, 1942.
Band leader Elton Glenn Miller disappeared while en route to Paris.
Popular foods like Cheerios, corn dogs, York peppermint patties, and M&Ms were introduced in the 1940s.
Charles Yeager became the first to break the sound barrier.
Men wore suits and hats most of the time.
During the war, the creation of 17 million jobs brought the economy out of depression.
Adolf Hitler was Germany's dictator from 1933 to 1945 when World War II ended.
NASCAR holds its first modified stock race.
The Jeep was invented in the 1940s.
Walt Disney won the 1943 Academy Award.
The 1940s were the first to see ice hockey and basketball on TV.
Department stores stopped selling Tupperware.
Franklin D. Roosevelt and Harry Truman were presidents.
World War II began on September 1st, 1939, when Germany invaded Poland.
Captain America was introduced to Marvel Comics.
Mount Rushmore's construction was finished October 1941.
One song of the 1940s is Pistol Packin' Mama. Thank you for watching.
Hi, my name is Connor. We're going to talk to you about the 1960s.
My name is Blake. The entertainment in the 1960s was Nerf, Marvel Comics, Barbie, Easy Rider, Goldfinger, and Star Trek.
John F. Kennedy was the 35th president. He was also the youngest president. JFK vowed to land a man on the moon. JFK was the first Catholic president. He was president from 1961 to 1963. In 1963, he was assassinated by Lee Harvey Oswald during a Dallas parade.
Inventions in the 1960s were the computer mouse, Kevlar, which is used to make bulletproof vests, and the ATM machine.
Popular ways to eat were in picnics and backyard barbecues. Some foods that were used in backyard barbecues were punch, iced tea, Hawaiian short ribs, rock lobsters, hamburgers, and ice cream.
The Beatles consisted of John Lennon, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr. They were all born in Liverpool, England. They were inspired by Chuck Berry. A popular song by them was Hey Jude.
In the 1960s, Russia and the U.S. were racing to land a man on the moon. In 1969, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin landed on the moon, letting the U.S. win the space race.
Psychedelic clothing was popular in the 1960s.
Thank you for watching this video by Connor and Blake. Go.
Hello, my name is Daniel, and I'll be talking to you about the 1980s.
Hello, my name is Glenn, and I'll be talking to you about the 1980s.
Hello, my name is Alex, and I'm here to talk to you about the 1980s.
An important event in the 1980s was that the 1980 Olympics were boycotted. Then the Space Shuttle Challenger explodes. The Berlin Wall falls. In 1980, Mount St. Helens erupts. Assassination attempt on Ronald Reagan. And on Black Monday, the stock market dropped to 22.6% of its value.
Some entertainment from the 1980s was E.T., Michael Jackson's Thriller was released, Batman, The Cosby Show, Dukes of Hazzard, 60 Minutes, Monday Night Football, and Sesame Street were some popular shows.
Other entertainment was Pac-Man, Legos, Star Wars, Back to the Future, and PCs.
Popular 80s foods were Fruit Snacks, Cool Ranch Doritos, Tab Cola, Jawbreakers, Capri Suns, Lean Cuisine, and California Raisins.
Some inventions and discoveries from the 80s where the Titanic was found. Another thing that was invented is a CD-ROM. Apple came out with a Macintosh computer. Some other things that were invented are the digital cell phone, the high-def TV, and the 3D video game.
Important people were Mark David Chapman, John Lennon, Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson, and Ronald Reagan.
A popular song is Thriller by Michael Jackson.
Fashions of the 1980s included mini skirts, leg warmers, oversized shirts, huge earrings, parachute pants, members-only jackets, Nike shoes, and headbands.
This concludes our presentation of the 1980s.